Remember when Scott Adams got cancelled for saying this?
Just get away, because there's no fixing this.
Hundreds of newspapers dropped his cartoon, his publisher ditched his book. Adams himself said there was no coming back from it. His entire career, as he'd known it for decades, was finished. Now listen to what leftist author Robin DiAngelo said during a Zoom meeting with other progressive activists, and see if you can spot any similarities.
And then I'm a big believer in affinity space and affinity work. And I think people of color need to get away from white people and have some community with each other.
Really not much different, eh?
People of color need to get away from white people.
Your terms are acceptable.
People of color need to get away from white people.
It's okay when they say it. Reminds me of when people on the right are monstered and vilified for talking about replacement migration. But when Joe Biden and others on the left celebrate it as a wonderful thing, they receive nothing but adulation. DiAngelo is no obscure author. This woman's work has deeply penetrated American institutions. Her book, White Fragility, is a foundational text for woke revolutionaries. She's basically the queen of critical race theory. Leaked information from an online training course for Coca-Cola showed DiAngelo urging people to be less white. During the George Floyd riots, her book shot back to #1 in the New York Times bestseller list. With white liberal Americans so voraciously eager to self-flagellate in unison as part of a nationwide white guilt trip, DiAngelo must have grifted an absolute fortune. She's perhaps the foremost influencer when it comes to, quote, anti-racism training, woke indoctrination for schools, non-profits and major businesses. And DiAngelo's book was even required reading for new service members in the US military. Last year, she published another book called Nice Racism: How Progressive White People Perpetuate Racial Harm. Yeah, sounds like it should be an autobiography.
People of color need to get away from white people.
Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.